that it's just too, it's offbeat. Hello, it's Sunday afternoon. It's time to get surreal up in here, ladies and gentlemen. But first, before I do anything, I just have to share that I am hot. It's hot in here. It's not only surreal up in here, it's hot up in here. Bob, why don't you just turn down the air? Certainly you have one. I heard you talk about it the other day. Well, the rest of the house is fine. It's just this room. We've got these studio lights. We've got this computer breathing hot air all day. Messing with my headphone tail. It was all up in my back. So if you are well, let's see. Nobody's here right now. And I'm realizing that for whatever reason, my lives are not going to my, hi Kathy. My lives are not going to my timeline for some reason. They're just going to the Bob Doyle Show page, even though it's set up to go to my timeline. Don't know what the deal is there. It all started yesterday when I did a test broadcast with my 360 camera. And I told it to only broadcast to my friends, to me on my timeline. And then it ended up broadcasting to everybody. All my settings say public. So I don't know why it's not going over there, but I don't like it, not one little bit. I like things to do what I say for them to do, when I say for them to do it. Don't you? Of course you do. So what's going on this Sunday afternoon? We're getting ready to do some more creative stuff with Artbreeder. It's just kind of one of those things where you just sit back and watch. Hi, Cher. Cher, I don't know if you saw, but there was a uke thing yesterday. So we're gonna jump back into Artbreeder. We're not gonna use my phone today because today we're gonna look at some animation capabilities. Now, if you saw my Facebook timeline, I changed temporarily my profile picture to this, which was done with Artbreeder, which we're going to take a peek at how this kind of thing is done. I touched on it the other day, so if you were watching the other day, you may go, yeah, you showed us this. All right. I don't know why I need to be that way about it. We're going to do something new. What if I did it every day? What if you counted this as part of your meditation? Look how relaxing that is. Music isn't great for this. Well, it really just depends. But I hear some sort of flowy, kind of new agey, kind of whatever. Hold on, this microphone's a little loud. I'm going to mitigate some of the, there. Hopefully that's okay. But yeah, so this was, it's fairly easy. Now here's the thing. Artbreeder gives you a certain amount of frames of animation per month. The free one only has something like 300 frames, which I ate through almost immediately because I didn't know there was a limit. But I did find that, so they have a standard plan, it's like $9 a month. So I'm playing with it for now. But I've been making several of these videos and then they save them all here. So there's the one that I did before. And you may have seen this one. It's not running very smoothly for some reason. Anyway, that's just a series of these images that we make in Artbreeder. And then it strings them all together because it knows it does it intelligently with AI. All of these animations, like this one here too. I don't know. Hopefully this is a little smoother. But this was, so I'm going to show you exactly the process that I did. I know no one asked for me to do this, but one day it will be shown in history that Bob Doyle was talking about. He's always on the edge. Now there's people who are way closer to the edge than me, like the people who created this stuff. But of all my friends that I can think of, I'm the only one playing with this AI and I'm sharing it with you openly. And some people just go, oh, that's cute. But man, oh man, the implications, my friends. Art is doing itself. We're just saying, why don't you go in this direction? And it says, okay, you mean like this? Yeah, like that. All right. So let's do one of these science bio art animations. So we're going to click on science bio art. Again, this is artbreeder.com and anyone can do this. It's free. Okay. So I'm going to click on animate to demonstrate what I did before. So what I had done was use Artbreeder, like we're going to do in a second, to create a series of images that were slightly different from each other. Let's see if I can edit a past one. Well, that's the, all right, well, it's not the one I wanted to show you, but so I made a bunch of pictures that were variations of this. These are all separate pictures that I did that were slightly different. The eye is a little bit different or more open or whatever. The differences are slight. Saved each one of those out, and then this program just throws them all together and creates this animation out of the strung together images. So it's all, but it's not just putting, there's some thinking going on here. It's intelligent morphing. It's way different than like the morphing technology of several years ago. This is beyond. So this is the same, this intelligence is basically creating this art from almost nothing. So anyway, let's go to create, let's go to science bio art. Let's first compose a series of images that we will want to animate. Now you can do completely separate type of images that have no similarity whatsoever and it still morphs them beautifully like one of the demos I showed you before. But I think what we'll do is we'll create, because I got these my precious frames, so I don't save as many frames per second in the animation to save the frames. So it's not as smooth and fluid as it could be. But anyway, so you just start with an image. And like I say, it always, when you go to this page, it generates some random images just by itself. And then gives you the ability to change them with these genes, right? So if I turn up organic, this is how it changes those images, the images that it came up with originally. But I could also say, you know what, I don't like any of those. Let's just start with some all fresh images, and I can click that button there, and it'll give us another starting point. And this is so, this could end up so different. For example, I could click this one. Oh wait, I like this. So I've clicked that one, and I've saved it. Now, one of the things I can do is just create children out of this, which are basically, it takes this information and varies it a little bit. So if this image were a child and it was breeding, this has, these images here have basically the same genetic structure, if you will. Okay, so I can choose, my picture's blocking it, but it says, like this says similar, on the other side it says different. So if I slide over to similar, you can see that the images that it creates are, what's the word I'm looking for, boys and girls? Did you say similar? Hi, Tommy. Welcome. All right. Or I can slide to different, way over, and you can see it takes elements, some of all the genes that make up this thing. One of them is I, for example, and it just changes the values of them. So the eye thing is kind of nice and creepy. So let's just start with that. And so I've saved that image. So now let's just do some variations of it so I can create a series that then I'll animate all together in sort of a morphing animation. So I'm just going to play with some of these values here. For example, I. If I raise the value of I, well, it looks a lot more like an I. Let me take it down a little bit. And let's say I save that one. All right, so that's just going to be another one of the images in the you can call it a keyframe if you know that lingo. So let's just play with some of these other values. Space, I'm going to turn down I. Well, now I've just got freaking mountains. Welcome back over to Facebook, Tommy. All right, so now but that's too much. That's too much. So what did I do? That was space, I think. Or did I take down? Well, now I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. So that's going to be a big leap. But I'm going to go ahead and save it, and I'm going to try and back off to get closer to what I did before. Taking off some of the let's see, space. I should go up. Now, come on, that should be. Much closer. All right, that's closer to the original. Turning up the earth value. All right, you know what? These are going to be dramatically different. They're not going to be similar. But we'll see what happens. So I like this. This is like an eye with splashes of water, kind of the ocean. So there's all these elements of all these different genes, right? So I'll save that one too. The chaos, like this is an easy way to just change it slightly, I guess. So I'm moving that up, the chaos up more. I'll save that. And I'll take chaos down. I'll move geometry over. Now I may change the order of these, which I can do since I kind of was all over the place with it. I'll save this one, turn up microbiology, turn down space. How about turn up space? No, let's turn down space. Get another one of these. Turn up organic, turn down futuristic. Save that one. See, now we just got this is just a bunch of crazy. I mean, there's some similarities, and so except for this city here, which I don't have to use. Let's do one more. I'm gonna try and maybe do another city one. I don't know how. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reset the whole thing. So there's the original. I'm gonna move up city skyline. Turn down eye. Actually, no, I want some eye with some architecture in it. So there's a logical flow between the city, maybe, and this eye. Are you following me? To save that one. I'm going to use a lot of frames for this, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of cool. Tommy. This is way more than kind of cool. Are you playing with it? Because now you're talking about with the kids up here, so it looks like maybe you're over there playing with it and doing the kids the faces thing, which I did the other day. All right, I'm just going to go with this. All right, so now I'm going to go back to create science bio art. Now I'm going to say animate, create a new science bio art animation. Click the plus sign, and I'm going to say, so I can use any of these images I want. These are either being randomly created or, yeah, I guess they are because there's no username associated with them. So these are just randomly created, but I'm going to use the ones that I created, right? And so I'm just going to have to tack them one by one. Plus, 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 bear with me, plus. Let me get into city, I again. This one, I'm going to make sure, is that right? And then I want to put the first one in again so I get a loop. All right, and then these lines down here talk about how the animation is, whether it's linear, whether it's smooth. I guess for now I'm just going to leave it linear. And you can see here that it says 24 frames per second. That's going to use, if I do this, it's going to take 18 seconds. It's going to be an 18-second animation, which, by the way, we have to wait for. We're going to be waiting a few minutes for this to get done. This gives you a preview on the time, but it's not, all this is doing is just fading one from the other. This is not the morph, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this frames per second down to 10. That way I only use 180 of my frames, but you'll still get the idea. It just won't be as fluid. So I'm going to click on generate, and it will tell me when it's ready. So while we're waiting, let's go over here. Maybe I think this is where I did, yeah, this is where I did this one. Okay, so on this one I went to general, went to, oh no, I didn't go to animate. I had created 4 of these images, just like we did just now. I created 4 slightly different images and then ran the process on them, and then that resulted in this animation. And again, I think I took that one down to maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 frames per second or something. It's smooth enough. Smooth enough for a Facebook profile, you know what I'm saying? All right. I can check in on the progress by going to video downloads. Oh, there it is. It's done already. Let's check. Oh, I forgot to reorder them. That's what I meant to do. Okay, that city just makes a weird, awkward appearance. And then now we're back. Now when I take that into Facebook, or if I was to save it and bring it here and loop it, the fact that I put the same image in the front and at the back creates a whole loop. Let's watch it one more time since we did all that work. It would be so much nicer if it was smooth. As evidenced by the first one I did where I didn't know I was using valuable frames. So I think this one that I showed you, let's see what this one is. Yeah, see, that's a lot smoother. And that was truly just a bunch of random images which I put no thought into whatsoever. But you get the idea. I mean, look, with enough frames, or if you don't care if it's perfectly smooth, you create something that goes on a pretty long time, put the right music behind it, holy moly. Just use, like, just take this, for example, and just change it ever so slightly. Let's see if we can, the nice thing about this is that you always have access to all the source stuff. Like I can go back right now, I think, wait, where do I do that? I know I can. Create, animation, edit a past one. Where's the one with the, oh, that would have been, sorry. That was, where was that one? Science Bio Art, maybe? Hold on, just gonna have to check. Yes. Is this it? Or was it this one? It is this one. Okay, it took me a minute, but there's the one that I'm talking about. So I can click it, click on this little icon here, boom, it opens up. Now if I want to, I could create a whole series of frames just based on this one. You know, change the chaos a little, save it, change the chaos a little more. Okay, I have to do it now. I have to do it. So I'm just gonna do it. Just change the chaos. That's all I'm gonna change, nothing else. And because it knows the values that are being changed, that's how it can create these fluid animations, not based on keyframes or similarity on what it looks like. It's not pixel, it's data, I think. I'm using up all my frames for you. Whoa, that's a big explosion. All right, so that's what I'm going to end it there, and then I'm going to bring it back. All right, so I'm starting here. Anyway, so let's go back and do it. Create, animate, new, created. Boom. Boom. Now, if I could just, you know, cycle that a few times, make it pulse, 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 and then go into this one. But I'm not doing that because I don't want to use all my frames. Big explosion. And then, hold on. Make sure, big explosion, and then back to the first one. Oh, I kind of want to do it smooth too. How about 20? Ugh. Just chewing through my frames. All right, for you, I'm gonna do it. While we're waiting, we can go over here to the faces. Do the same. I won't animate faces right now. I did with when you have a paid account, you can upload more basic images, and I think I showed you. Let's say if I say create upload, let's see here, upload, you can see the ones I've uploaded. Oh that one's still working. I was hoping it'd be done by now. And like I say, you upload these and they automatically do some kind of data twisty stuff to it. So, but that's clearly Christopher Walken, but it's not the exact picture I uploaded. They've done something to it. Same with the Bill Murray picture, and that's close to me, but it's not exactly it. And that's close to Tracy, but not exactly Tracy. There's another headshot. So we'll see what it ends up with. But again, when you think about how it uses this data, so we start with this picture here, and then I can crossbreed that picture with one of the other ones I uploaded, like the Christopher Walken one, and then boom, right in the middle. All right, so let's say I want to take the glasses off this guy, so I save him, so I can then go edit him and say eyeglasses gone. And you'd never know that he was a cross between that Yoda thing until you save it. You look at it, and then you look at the lineage. So I'm the only one who's contributed to these because I uploaded both of these images from scratch, from my computer. So nobody else has contributed to these. Unlike, let's see. Let's just choose one like, no, I uploaded those too. You can see I have a lot of fun with these. I think I uploaded most of these too. Because I know I can see Bill Murray in here. I know this is a Bill Murray one. Yeah, so actually it's Bill Murray and this character combined. Let me see if I can get over myself enough to find one that somebody else contributed to. But this was in a phase while I was trying to experiment with just the ones I uploaded. So there's a reason for it. So we got that one. Now this is a bunch of stuff that's not mine. This is the first time I contributed to this one, and it was just a direct change of this one here. But this one here came from a marriage of these two. This came from this and this and this and this. So, and again, I can go to any of these, if I like any of these as a starting point. Like, I don't know, this right here. And change the gender, right? Close those eyes a bit, give her a glare, take the brightness down. Whoa, that's a little too much. I find that if you take the makeup off, yeah, you can get some really cool effects. This has a little bit of arty going on, so I'm going to turn that down. Just mess with her mouth a little bit, so you can sometimes tweak those settings. Yeah, Tommy, you will be playing with it. It's very addictive. If you're the least bit into this kind of thing, it's, you know. Anyway, let's go check on the animation. I'm sure it's done. There it is. Are you ready? Here we go. There you go. I think I wanted more of a pulse. Maybe faster. I probably could have gone faster. Instead of the 2 seconds, I probably could have done 1 second in between. It probably would have given me more of what I was what I had in my mind. But it's still pretty cool that someone with no skills in this, like to generate this as a 3D animation or something like that, I'd have no freaking clue. Right? Hi, Jane. Undarafikitri. So we were just playing over here in Artbreeder again, doing some animations. And I think that's really all I wanted to do for now, was just show you that because this one was so much fun. I love the colors in it. I don't think it's my Facebook profile picture anymore, but it's still on my timeline. So thank you for hanging out with me again. Just this is the kind of this is how I spend a Sunday sometimes. Just like marveling at artificial intelligence. And I keep going, wow, I'd like to be in artificial intelligence, and then I realize we all are. We're all creating. If you're on Facebook, you're contributing to the overall AI. So you're all going to be there's little pieces of all of you, just simply because you've been online and your data. It's just the way it is. All right, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I intend to.